over here, and we're going to check them out really quick. Let's hop in here. Now I'm going to lift his head up so you guys can be able to see him, okay? So it's this guy right here, so watch right here. There he is. That's our big guy right there. Now, as you see, he is famous for his blinding speed and aggression. Nah, he's a big old sweetheart. He's really not that bad. He's just so big, I can't physically make him do anything. And try not to look so visibly disappointed I did not just die. And why are they all attacking me? We'll give it a couple minutes, be patient. And I also know people are like, oh my God, you're not wearing any shoes. If you're thinking that right now, tell me, what do you think a pair of shoes is going to do against that thing? Nothing. If he gets to bite your foot, he's not going to pluck one toe at a time. He grabs your foot with your shoe, rips it right off your leg, and swallows your foot whole. The shoe's still on it. He don't care about the shoe. Now, being that he's so big, a lot of people ask how old is he, or how old is this one, or that one. Truth is, I have no idea. There's actually no way to tell the age of one just by simply looking. There's no external characteristic, size or measurement won't tell you. That's why we just simply cut up half and count the rims. I'm kidding, guys. It's a live show full of bad jokes. Buckle up, it's going to get worse. Now, really, though, there's no way to tell their age. Their size, death, bed, blood, diet, environmental factors, not how old they are. So he could be 25 or 75, you'd have no idea by looking. And some records in captivity claim to have alligators over 100 years old, so the brave old lives. Now, when you mainly feed these guys raw chicken or other kinds of meat, but in the wild, they're opportunistic hunters. They like to eat things like raccoons, turtles, fish, birds, and of course, your favorite, tourists. Yay! Which I'm kidding, of course. Attacks on people are actually really rare. Everybody thinks out to get you, but if you just do the math, there's over 1 million alligators out here. If they really want to eat people, you'd have people dying every day. Instead, we get more people killed by vending machines than by alligators. Which is not a bad joke, really. More people get mad, they can't get a candy bar, they shake the vending machine, it falls down and crushes the guy. More often than people get killed by alligators. If you don't believe me, you can Google it. The total number of gator fatalities in Florida state history is under 30, and the total number of people crushed by vending machines across the U.S. is 37. It says everything you need to know about alligator aggressiveness and human intelligence. Yay. Now for your show, let's go ahead and grab a hold of one of these guys. We'll go ahead and get this one out of the water over here. Okay, so nice and carefully, we're going to get a hold of this dog. There we go. Alright, now usually when I carry out an alligator that's bigger than I am, people clap. Cheers, anybody out there, guys? Yeah, it's a live show. I like that live audience. Now this guy here is about 200 pounds, so we're going to picture, do me a favor, hurry up. Now we're going to set him down here in the sand, and let's grab a hold of the jaws nice and carefully. Alright, so take a look in there. Now, there are, hey, easy buddy. Now, there are 80 teeth in there. Oof. Oh yeah, he does bite. You guys look surprised. What do you think he's going to do, blow kisses? Yeah, he will bite you. Now look, I know when they don't immediately chase me, people think it means they're tame. They're not tame, they're lazy. There's a difference. They're not going to run after you, but if your hand slips, yeah, he's going to rip your hand off. Now, again, they have 80 teeth. They can break them off and grow them back, and they'll cycle through several thousand teeth in a lifetime, which comes in handy because it's not hard to bite down. A large gator can bite with an entire ton of force in his mouth, 2,000 pounds per square inch of power. Now, y'all don't look impressed with that number. You got to think about it. 2,000 pounds of power there to snap any bone in your weak, fragile, and frankly pathetic human body and crush your skull like a potato chip. If you are not impressed by that, it is because you guys are on the wrong side of the glass. Now, even though you bite down all that power to close his mouth, you can actually hold their jaws shut with your bare hand. The power they have is for closing. They have very little for opening. So if you're ever about to be attacked by one, remember, you don't have to run away. Just simply turn around, grab the jaws. You'll do great. Look at you guys. You run for your life. Come on. Now, we have all these alligators in here for a reason, though. There's an alligator rescue, and these are all considered to be nuisance gators. Now, a nuisance gator is one that shows up in a backyard, swimming pool, he ate Fluffy, stuff like that. Now, once you see somebody's dog, they send out a trapper to capture and kill the alligator. Unless the dog game is a Pomeranian, they'll let him go because no one cares. Now, unfortunately, oh come on, that's the best joke in the show, guys. Now, unfortunately, the state of Florida does kill several thousand nuisance gators a year, which is really sad. It's not their fault. It's usually a nuisance person that causes a problem, and by that I mean people that feed them. Once you feed him, he'll learn to associate you with food, and you don't have food, and then you are the food. That's why it's against the law to feed him. Now, what we do it here, we do our shows with these nuisance gators. Instead of him being turned into a suitcase or a pair of boots, which, you appreciate that, right, buddy? Yes, he does. That's why we're considered an alligator rescue, because every gator here would have sadly been destroyed if they were not here with us. Now, we're also very fortunate. We work with one of the only committed non-kill gator trappers around. I work under him and rescue these guys from the people's backyards. Myself, I actually caught one of them on somebody's front doorstep at 4 in the morning. Like, imagine we'll leave work early, sun's not even up, open your front door, and surprise, that thing's on your welcome mat. Literally what happened. So I was able to safely capture and rescue that gator. Now, again, I say the word rescue because if a different trapper shows up, they simply shoot the poor alligator. And the reason behind that is, as nuisance gator trappers, we don't get paid money to catch a gator. The gator itself is the payment. The only way a trapper will make money is by killing him and selling the meat and the hide, which means the meat group that rescues him are the only ones dumb enough to work for free. Yay. No, really, we volunteer our time to rescue them out of backyards and bring them to sanctuaries like this instead of killing them for a profit. And our group has rescued over 500 nuisance gators the last several years. We bring them here first, they stay here temporarily, and then we send them out to one of the other parks and sanctuaries that we work with. But the state does not allow their relocation back out in the wild because of their homing ability. And what that means, even if you took him 100 miles away and dropped him off, give him a few months, he'll go back to the same backyard he was caught from. They read the Earth's magnetic field to find their way. That's why they're recognized as such amazing navigators. Navigator. Go get in the comments, guys. Now, if you want to learn more about the rescue, what we do, and how we save them, check out the TV show he's filmed here called Gator Boys on Animal Planet. I'm one of the guys who's on the TV show. Now, gator wrestling is not real wrestling. I do not bring headlocker or body slam with poor alligator. It's actually techniques used by the native tribes of Florida, and one of their famous maneuvers was hold the jaws shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free to take out a rope and then tie the jaws shut. Which sounds like a horrible, dangerous idea, because it is, so I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to hold the jaws underneath my chin, and then we say, cool looking photo, and I give you a thumbs up out to the side. If it does go horribly wrong, switch your camera from photo to video. Here we go very carefully. Sometimes people clap or something. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that overwhelming and unprompted enthusiasm. Now, here's the biggest question we get all day, though. Why are they all attacking me? Why aren't they more aggressive? How am I still alive? And why do y'all look so disappointed I'm still alive? Now, most people are probably thinking, well, you must have just fed them. That must be why. And if you think that's how it works, you'll be the first guy that gets eaten by an alligator. Because feeding them is actually the single most dangerous part of the job. It does not make them calm and happy. It creates a feeding frenzy. When I feed them, it is the last thing I do of the day. When I go home, when I come back in here, they're all going crazy. Now, if you're sitting there like, yeah, but I feed my dog and he loves me, why wouldn't they be the same? Does that look like your dog? He does not think or act like a dog does. He does not see you as a friend or provider. He sees you as a walking hunk of meat. You grab more meat to feed him. That's called a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. Now then people are like, yeah, but if you just keep them well fed and full, they won't bite because they're not hungry. That's the trick. They're not hungry. No, it doesn't work. These things are always hungry. I've literally watched one sit at a mound of meat and eat and eat and eat, so can I help but throw it up and then just eat and throw it back up. Beautiful smell right there, by the way. So, no, you cannot feed them beforehand to make them nice. And if you don't believe me, just look it up on YouTube. You'll see videos of a big overweight gator that does not need more food. Guy goes to feed it, rips his hand right off, and swallows his hand in front of his face. They will bite the hand that feeds and eat it without hesitation. So what does matter is how he perceives me. When they first come in from the wild, he's trying to kill me. He thinks I'm going to kill him. He's afraid, so he defends himself out of fear. Once I realize I'm not going to hurt him, we do an animal-friendly show. He's a lot more calm, relaxed. He tolerates a lot of this because he knows I'm not going to hurt him. Now, he tolerates it. That does not mean he's nice. He'll still bite you, but he's relatively calm because he knows I'm not trying to hurt him. Now, they also know, more importantly, that if any of them try to mess with me, I'm going to make that guy do the show instead. Here I'm going there. My work day is 10 to 15 of these shows a day, and I work with every alligator in here, and they know I'm the guy that does the show. That's why I'm walking around or next to them. They kind of keep their heads down. They're like, don't pick me, bro. Don't pick me. Now, that does not make them tame or trustworthy. It means that they learn to respect you, and they respect you that much. If you trip and fall, he's going to take your hand. You know, if you do anything wrong, you show some sort of weakness, they're going to go for you. At least once a day, and I'm walking around and there, one of them does try to bite me in the back of the leg. At least once a day, one of them will try that. Now, you guys are probably thinking like, well, you know, they're just so calm, they're so chill. Like, I really thought they'd like you. It's like, no, that's how they are. It's ambush predator. Ambush. Ambush means don't get noticed. They sit still all day, and then anything happens, oops, sorry about the microphone there, guys. But yeah, if anything happens, they go for it immediately, okay? He's not my friend, he's not my pet, I love him, he does not love me, and yes, they all bite. In fact, this guy did bite my old boss before, that's why he's my favorite. Now, right behind the eyes are the ears. They can seal off their ears, nostrils, and back of their throat. Although they live in the water, they don't breathe underwater, but they hold their breath at an amazing 6 hours at a time. Now, I've got one more trick, guys. Before I do, I want to say about myself, so you don't think I'm just some crazy redneck on how this looks. Actually, I have a bachelor's degree in environmental studies from FIU in Miami, so I'm an educated redneck in you. I actually have multiple academic publications in the world of invasive species biology, which I'm really proud of. It's really awesome, but I made $0 and a lot of student debt. That's why I risk life and limb for the entertainment of complete strangers for all of my student loans. Now, to capture this kind of job, it is obviously very dangerous. And due to the danger factor, I'm technically not an employee of the park. That way I'm not under insurance, that way if you get ripped off my hand, nobody's actually responsible, and I just get a get well soon card. Like, for real, that's literally the healthcare plan here. Due to liability, I am not an employee, but an unpaid volunteer doing the show for free, so if he does rip off my hand, the park's really not responsible. So if you do enjoy the show, have fun, learn about gators, and like Factor where I rescue to save these guys, I greatly appreciate anything that goes to my little tip jar / hand replacement fund at the end. That's how I get paid, and it does help us run our rescue. And the last thing I'm going to say is don't try this on your own. I make it look easy, I'm really comfortable here, not because it's safe, but because I've handled gators since I was 10 years old, not what they call desensitized and mentally unstable. Don't try it on your own. I do feel lucky I've never had a bad accident, but I have had friends that did. I had one friend get bit in the hand during a show, Gator Death World. It did snap his arm in half. Like, not a joke. I had another friend get bit in the upper arm up here, and this guy was big. He was 260 pounds of muscle. Grabbed him, flipped him like a rag doll, ripped his bicep muscle right off the bone and eat it. He lost that. Now, I don't say that to be dramatic. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I don't want you to be afraid of them, but those are real stories of friends of mine. They used to do this show, and I say it's going to make my show fun with a lot of bad jokes. I want you guys to laugh at the bad jokes, have a sense of humor, but don't let the humor make you forget this thing can also rip off your arm. Never try this or approach them. Now, as you can see, they're not aggressive. They're not out to get you. They're not going to chase anybody down. But if you feed them, swim in their habitat, try to handle one, that's how people get killed. Leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Now, let's do our last trick here to try to impress you guys. Our last trick is what we call the face-off, because if I mess up, my face comes off. Yeah. I'm going to open up his jaws, and I'm going to set my chin on the edge of the open jaw, balance the jaws over my chin, and if anything touches the side of his mouth, boom, jaws slam shut on your face. So I've got to be very careful here. Let's open up these jaws. All right, buddy. Now you be nice. Hey, easy killer. All right. Now, as I go to do the dangerous part of the show, and I look up to you guys for human compassion, all I see are phones. Like, yeah, he's gonna die. Now, I do say this about the phone. Take your photo, video, it's fine. But hold your phone like this and watch the show with your eyes. Be present, you phone zombie people, okay? I heard a live show. I'm going to risk my life for you, not your 6 followers on TikTok. If you didn't laugh, it's because you got 6 followers. Now, most of the show is jokes, guys. I do want you to laugh and have fun. But seriously, people forget, this is a live show. It's the real deal. It's a real gator. No matter if I lose my head. So before I do it, I want some motivation. You guys enjoy the show?
Yep.
All right, so here we go, very carefully. Nope, he's going to try to bite you. Hold on. Yep, I knew he was going to get feisty there. Hold on. Oh, come on. Easy, boy. Hold on, he's getting a little feisty here, guys. Okay. You know, I love it when people are like, don't do it, but the rest of these vultures just got their phones like, yeah. When this guy dies, I'll get likes on Facebook. Alright, so let's see. Very carefully. That's enough of that. Thank you very much, guys. See you to the alligator. Give me applause. Thank you very much. Big applause. Thank you. All right, guys. What are we going to do for y'all now?